Hey guys, I'm back. This time I'm going to show you how I dye my eyebrows. The product that I use to dye my eyebrows is this. It's called 1000 Hour Lash and Brow Dye. I got it in the dark brown. They do have a light brown and I felt like the light brown would have been too light for me. I don't know why. My hair is freaking white as hell, so why wouldn't a light brown work? But I feel like the dark brown works pretty well. I've done it twice already. It is kind of dark the first day or so, but if you're okay with going a day with dark brows, you get 3 weeks of perfect brows and it's nice. So they're kind of starting to fade now. I do have them microbladed as well. Some of this color is actually just on my skin, but a lot of my hairs are really blonde right now. You can't even see them. So this will just get rid of all the blonde hairs. I won't get rid of them. It'll just make them darker. So it'll make my eyebrows look a little fuller. Here's what you need to get started. You need some brow dye, one. Then you need one of these angular brushes. It's like the little liner brush, just so you can get really precise and draw a clean line. The kit does come with these little spoolies, but I feel like they're more for doing your lashes and not really helpful for brows. You can't get as precise with them. You also need some cotton pads and then a little bit of warm water too. One of the steps, you have to wipe off the stuff with water, so that comes in handy. What this kit comes with is 2 little of these spoolie brushes. It says it's for lashes too, so I'm assuming that you could use those on your lashes. I did it once and I didn't really like it. I didn't feel like the color took very well, so I just stick to using it on my brows. It works really good on my brows. It has these little tubes. One is the color, so this one is the brown brow gel, and then this one is the developer gel. Obviously it develops the color. Well, we're gonna get started. I have done it twice already, but it's always good to read the instructions again to familiarize yourself with it. It says to prepare the eyebrow area, make sure lashes and brows are completely clean by removing natural oils as well as makeup with a non-oily cleanser. I am wearing a light foundation right now, so I'm gonna use a little face wipe and get that off. It does say to put Vaseline around where you don't want there to be dye, but I'll just be really careful. Watch, this goes horribly wrong. It says squeeze 2 centimeters of the color cream into the clean mixing cup. These little guys right here are the little mixing cups, so we'll do that. So we're gonna start with applying the brow color, which is this dark brown. It doesn't really show up when you put it in the hairs until you put the developer on. Apply to the brows using an upward motion, brushing on the cream in the same direction as the hair growth. Leave on for 2 minutes. All right, so we're gonna get this on and then set a timer. Ready? Well, there's half my face. I feel like maybe I should have used the Vaseline. Whoops. We'll set a timer and we'll be right back. All right, it's been about 2 minutes. I did use a little wet cotton pad to clean off my brush, just because you have to use the same brush to apply the developer. The next step is to wipe off the color with a dry cotton pad. You want to have some of the residue still on your brow so that it comes in contact with the developer. The next step is to apply the developer in the same exact way that you did the color. So this stuff is clear. You can see it right here. But it's gonna go on black. Pretty scary, but don't be alarmed. Ready? Let's go. Could you imagine if this is how they ended up? Always want to make sure that they're pretty even. But remember, like they say, your eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins. They don't have to be exactly the same, but similar enough that they look fine on your face. This one says to leave it on for 1 minute, and then we need to wipe it off with a wet cotton pad. That's what the little water cup's for. I'll just clean off my brush again because I'll be using it again next time, which will be in a couple weeks. If you leave any of this stuff in your brush, it gets really hard and crunchy and then doesn't work that well anymore. Alrighty, so I got my damp cotton pad. Now we can wipe this off. And then you'll see that the hairs themselves are actually darker. A little bit of splotchiness, but it's fine. I felt like the first time that I did this, I ended up missing a few spots, so I tend to go a little heavier. But for some reason, this spot always gets really dark. Not sure if I have like extra hair there or what. Overall, I think it went pretty well. Got my dark eyebrows so that I look like an actual human being and not an alien. I feel like being a blonde sometimes is a curse because you don't have lashes, you don't have brows. But I feel like it does get a little bit on the skin, so that's probably part of what that is. I probably should have moisturized a little better first. But yeah, they are a little dark, but like I said, it'll fade in a day or two. Just gotta give it a little time to breathe. Also, if you put a little bit of foundation on it, it's fine. They kind of blend in a little better. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe and like this video if you thought it was cool. Come here. Hudson says hi. He wants to be in the video too. Doesn't he look like me? All right, get out here. I did lose